I'm Jack Midkiff, and I want to welcome you to my podcast. It's always really cool for me to know and hear from people that have watched and listened and subscribed and all that, so I appreciate you so much. Today, I want to talk about something that I think is very important. It's something that's not really important in a lot of circles today, and I think it should be. I think we should pay attention to it. I think we should do it on purpose. And what I'm talking about is having good manners. I was raised to think about and to, on purpose, say thank you, or no thank you, or you're welcome, or please. Just simplistic gestures of kindness. That's probably what I would call manners as much as anything. Just simply being kind to one another. And it's really amazing to me today how few people will even look you in the eye and say hello. I realize that this is coming with this podcast is being put out with a possibility of me being viewed old-fashioned and out of touch and old-time. I don't really give a flying rip because I don't care who you are, what culture you are. I don't care what gender. I don't care what color. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. And we have a lot of people on the earth today that is not. That don't think of other people first. And that's one of the very first principles of being a Christian, is to be kind to one another. Jesus said, the word says, let me say it like that, to love the Lord thy God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength, with everything, right? And then, secondly, and right after that, he says also, love each other. I'm not asking anybody to be soft. I'm not asking you, nor suggesting that we should have a society full of weak people. But some of the strongest men I've ever met in my life are some of the most mannered-filled men that I ever met in my life. Because it's important to hold a door for someone. Say thank you to someone for holding a door. It's important to look a man or a woman in the eye and say hello. I do that, and I get aggravated sometimes, and then I go, I ain't doing it for them. I'm doing it because that's the kind of person I want to be. Kind of like a story I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a good story. This man was holding the door for a lady, and this woman, and she said, "Are you just holding that door because I'm a woman?" And he said, "No, I'm holding it because I'm a gentleman." So I don't ever want to gauge my being nice or kind or using manners based on what other people do or don't do, because that gets into a whole thing of vengeance and not walking by the golden rule and all that. But we have a lot of people on this earth today that it's amazing to me. Nobody smiles at one another. Nobody As a matter of fact, if you do, they think you're weird. There again, don't care what they think. I'm not doing it just because of them. I'm doing it because it's who I want to be. Or if you say hi to them, and God forbid, say hello to a woman. I just believe that there's some things that society is pulling away from that we need not to. And I want to see people use manners. And so I'm talking about it. You can not do it, but I'm still going to talk about it. Because I think it's good, and I think it goes past just being someone that uses good etiquette. I think it goes into the very depth of a person, of who they are. I remember when my kids were small, especially my boys, we'd walk into church, and I can remember this happening before I pastored a church, with both Jackie and Kenzie, but I've done it with Gracie as well. You walk in, and adults always speak to the kid, and then the kid look down, or I've taught them from that age to say hello and to say good morning and to say, hi or whatever. And I hope they still do it. They're all grown now, but I hope they still do it, because that's what, I'm just going to say it, that's what good people do. And I don't care how sideways the world gets on certain things. And I know that I live in a place where that is more of the norm. I get that. There again, I don't care if you call me narrow-minded. I do it wherever I'm at. And I just think that we should, because it's the right thing to do. It's caring for our fellow man. I had a guy, and maybe I say it too much. Maybe I do. But we were working not too long ago, maybe a couple years ago, and something happened, and I just said, I'm sorry. And no, I really didn't do anything wrong, but I think we were carrying stuff, and we both started out the door. I said, oh, I'm sorry. And he looked at me and said, stop saying you're sorry. And I said, I'm just trying to be kind, man. And he just kept going. Whether it's excuse me or whatever that needs to be said. But it's amazing to me that, and I know that there's this whole culture of, he man, she man, people that just, they kind of put their head down. They don't look at nobody. That I don't care. It's still, they should look at people. They should raise their head. They should be kind to people. This world's full of people. You're going to have to deal with them. So use your manners. You go into a restaurant. Can I have a table, please? What's wrong with saying that? They take you to the table. Thank you very much. I see things like this transpire, and I hear people interact with one another, and I've even caught myself. I have even caught myself kind of getting into the habit of being like everybody else. And I said that I shouldn't say everybody, because not everybody is omitting the good stuff. There's a lot of people that are still paying attention to important things in this world. But one of them is that we should be kind to one another. One of them is that we should say thank you, or please, or no thank you, or, all of that. And so, just kind of short and sweet today. But as you're going down through your day, Use your manners. Say hello to people when you walk into a room. That's just good manners. And maybe you haven't been taught to. Well, guess what? The same way you can stop a generational curse, you can start a generational blessing. Just because you haven't been taught, just because it's the way your dad did or whatever, or your mom, or do the right thing. You do the right thing. You make the right choices. You act the right way. You use the right manners. And your life will be better. And even better than that, you're passing it on. What you do, your kids will do in excess. So, if you're kind to people, your children will be kind. If you are cordial and nice and you use your manners, then your children will do the same thing and they'll pass it on to their children. I'm not asking anybody, nor am I suggesting you should be weak. But kindness and meekness is not weakness. It's kindness and meekness is what it is. Hey, this is Jack Midkiff. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.